The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café.
Welcome to this episode of Pit Life BBQ. Gather around the pit with your hosts, Johnnie Mags and Messy Mike. Let's talk barbecue.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe in balmy Salem, New Hampshire. It's the Pit Life BBQ podcast where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics you'd normally talk around the pit. As always, I'm joined by Messy Mike.
Hello, hello.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Fantastic. How was vacation?
It was awesome. It was relaxing. You didn't really get cell service. It was kind of, patchy.
Mm-hmm.
But we went up to Vermont. We were right on Lake Champlain and brought the dogs up. So it was beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah. And we stopped in a smokehouse, little tiny place. Kind of looked like a shithole, but, those are always the best. Yeah, exactly. We stopped in, and this lady was wonderful. She brought me in the kitchen. She showed me her smokers, stuff like this. But what she does is she freezes everything. She smokes ribs, briskets, corned beef, and they're in the middle of nowhere. Okay, they're in Isle La Motte, which is near Canada, about an hour north of Burlington, Vermont. And she sells about 1,500 pounds of corned beef from the end of January to the beginning of March, in the middle of nowhere, and it's frozen.
Now, how far away from there is, what the hell is it, St. Albans?
Oh, it's about half an hour, 40 minutes. About half an hour, yeah, yep.
I had a wild weekend up in St. Albans.
We stopped in there
back in the day.
And I'm going to bring it up to Kell when we start talking to him. But we bought some smoked butter. So she smokes cheeses.
If no one
butters.
can see, my eyebrow is raised right now. He has my attention.
Yep. Once we start talking, I'll bring that up. Yes.
Butter.
Yep. So yeah, but vacation was good. Now it's back to the grind.
It was pretty good down here. I got a week away from you. I'm just kidding.
That's always good. And how are we doing on
good
comments and stuff?
I threw the final post out today, so we got a couple last minute stragglers.
Perfect.
Hope you did it right, but we're all ready to go, and we will do that in a little while.
Yep.
Finally getting these things out of my kitchen. I wanted to open them up and use them so damn bad.
I know.
But
we have a special guest on the show. He's from Georgia. He's the man with the barbecue news, Kell Phelps. Kell.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you, sir?
What's up, Kell?
Hey, we're good, man. Appreciate you guys having us on. And I'm far from the man. I'm just a wannabe, brother.
You're the man. The first time I met you, you won the steak cook-off and with that rhinestone cowboy hat.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
that was the very first time I met you.
that was quite a night, man. That was something different.
Yeah,
that was the first SCA sanctioned event, I believe, and my wife kind of talked me into that thing last minute. She said, "Just cook what you cook at home, baby. You'll be all right." And I was like, "Yeah, right." all these chefs over there with their butter and their sage, and.
Yep.
Jack Daniels, bourbon, all kind of crazy stuff, man. And I just had my little bag of white stuff, and it worked out. So.
Nice. So now it's it's a few years now. Did all you use was salt, pepper, garlic?
No, man. I use a secret. It's a secret. It's not a secret much anymore because now you see a lot of it. But it's a salt, pepper, garlic combination that we've used for probably. Oh, mercy. I'm 48, and it's been around the house since I remember started cooking. So
wow. Okay. Huh.
That's exactly what it was. And had one more little secret ingredient that my dad he probably come down from heaven and then just kick my butt if I told him.
Hey.
See, that's the good stuff right there.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's, be honest with you, I kind of did it for him. We knew the state guys were coming along and growing and starting this thing. And my dad had passed in November before that. And so we actually we always, try everything. I mean, we never cook consistent at home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, golly, man, we get like 100 different rubs a month, or 100 sauces. People try this, and we want to try it. I mean, we're always looking for the next good thing. But with our standard stuff, we know it's pretty good because we compare what we cook to all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one thing that Dad instilled in me early on, man. It's like, listen. When you got something that's working, stick with it, man, and don't let it go for free or whatever. He said, just hang on to it, So,
yep. Now your dad, he started the publication, but he was also on a competition team, correct?
Exactly, man. My deal. I've been in barbecue pretty much my whole life, but when I was about 9 years old, my dad had a good fishing buddy, was a dentist here in town, Doc Gillis. And him and Doc Gillis, they would basically go fishing a bunch, but they were always cooking. So you guys probably familiar with the Big Pig Jig down here in Vienna, Georgia.
Yep.
So they had started having regional events in the middle 80s, and they had one in our hometown, and it just so happened those two cats got together and they won that thing, which gave them a paid invitation to the Big Pig Jig in Vienna. They placed up there, and man, it was like catching a big fish. The hook was in them, and it was off.
Yep. Yep.
We started out as a competition team. Our two families. Doc had 4 kids, 5 kids. So some of them were already gone. Some of them were a little bit older than me. I was the youngest, so I got all the grunt work.
Oh yeah, but you're learning the most.
Yes. I don't know about that. A lot of times I would be the late guy. My dad was the late guy, so if he ever fell asleep, I would run around and catch the last drop out the liquor bottles, at 2 or 3, 4 in the morning, and so that start that way. But yeah, so that's how it all got started, man. We were a competition team, 2 families. Back then, it was before KCBS really got going, so it was all Memphis and made, Memphis barbecue style. So it was all set up, and we had our team was called the Smokehouse. Mm-hmm. It was an old front of an old house that we built and laid down on a flatbed trailer. And we got there, we'd stand that thing up, and it was pretty cool. It was a neat deal. So we're gonna write a book about that thing one day. But,
nice.
It's come a long way since then. But yeah,
nice.
That was where we started in 1990. All the kids were gone, so it was Daddy and Doc, and I was already out of high school, so I was kind of doing my own thing. And they were like, you know what, man, we need to do something a little different. So they started judging a little bit, but that was before the internet come out. So there needed to be some type of newsletter or something to tell people, because events were popping up like crazy. You had KCBS was starting to take off. By that time, they were having 300-400 events a year. Memphis in May at that time, they probably had 50 events a year across the country. But there was nothing really to tell people what was happening, what was going on. And I'll say this, even the folks in Texas, the IBCA guys, mm-hmm. I mean, they at that time, they had 150 events happening that year. So there was just nothing to tell everybody what was going on. So that was my mom on the local shopping guide here in town. Mm-hmm. And my dad owned the printing press. So it kind of was just second nature to start a barbecue rag.
Nice. And, convenience too.
1990, that's how it all got started. I think it started with about maybe 30 subscribers or something like that. Mm-hmm. But it's grown from there to what you see today. And next year, January 1st, will be our 30th anniversary of doing this, and it's come a long way since then, no doubt.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's awesome.
So how many subscribers do you have now?
So we're around the 10,000 mark.
Awesome.
The thing is hard to determine between subscribers and readers. We share a lot of stuff on social media where, like Facebook, we got about 9,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter's about another 10,000 followers. So, we'll throw bait articles out on those things, kind of get folks interested in what's going on. So there'll be the free reads. So it's kind of hard to gaze at. Sometimes we'll have some articles will have 50,000 reads in a month.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on what's happening. But.
Wow. So it being your 30th anniversary, what do you got special happening?
Just wrote about it last month. It just come out in the July issue. It'll be called the BBQ and National Barbecue Tour. We're going coast to coast, border to border, just going around seeing different folks that we hadn't seen in a while, different events. Thing is our sponsors who have been with us for a while, we actually stop in at their facilities, do live events from those facilities, do articles on them, go to some of the restaurants, man, all over the country that we hear about that, it's hard, man, when you know as many folks and work with as many folks as we do in the barbecue world. We could be on the road 52 weeks a year, and there's always some place to stop. I heard you guys talking about the little joint, man, that to me, there's nothing funner than to take a road trip and be gone for 2 or 3 weeks and eat barbecue 4 or 5 times a day. I know that's
yeah.
You get sick of it after a while, and you want to come home and eat the bowl of cornflakes, something besides.
Yep.
But
100%.
To me, that's what it's all about. So we'll do a bunch of that next year, and we just in the process of releasing the information about it. We got some companies looking at coming on board, sponsoring it. So we're going to hit every realm of it, whether it's competition, we'll go to different events. Whether it's the public, we'll give out goodie bags to all those people attending. We'll hit the restaurants for the professional side of it. And on the manufacturing side, we're going to hit up some, all kind of different places. So pit manufacturers, maybe go to some accessory guys, sauce rub guys. So we're going to kind of cover some of all of it as we go around.
That's nice.
You might be doing that more than 1 year.
Well, if it goes good, man, the thing about it is you got teenagers at home. I got a 16-year-old at home now. Matter of fact, she's sending emails out now. So it's a family business still. But being gone 30, 40 weeks a year, that's tough on a family, But
and is it your whole family that's going?
Sometimes it will. I
Okay.
mean, it'll depend on the trips as we go out. My mom, golly, bless her heart, 77 years old. She works harder today than she did back in the day.
Oh,
but
bless her.
Hopefully she would get to go with us a time or two. That would be really neat, know. And and that's one of the things social media allows her to do is keep up with some of the old folks and and it's kind of bad to say, but at 48 years old, I'm kind of the older guy, because I've been around for so long. I know the Lynn Shivers and the Jeff Shivers from Texas and some of the California guys that's been out there, the Hayward Harris and those guys been out there for a long time. And really were instrumental in getting barbecue cranked up and really going hard all over the country. So we're honored and blessed in that way. And it's going to be a lot of fun to go back and get out and see those guys in their hometown and home areas doing their thing again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. But it's going to be tough because, so many people in the barbecue community.
Yeah, we're blessed. The barbecue family is, and you guys are all part of it. It's probably some of the, I remember that night in San Marcos. I remember all the people around, but to remember meeting you specifically, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know when we talked about coming on doing the show, I was like, Yeah, that's mine. He's up from the New England. That's the New England podcast. Yeah, those guys up north. And and the accent, guys, I'm telling you, my accent is as far left from you guys, but
I could listen to your accent all day.
I don't know about that. At least you can understand what I'm saying. Some people will be like, need an interpreter.
That's me. I need the interpreter, that's for sure. But let's stop. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Attention cigar smokers, or even friends of cigar smokers. If you're looking to relax with a nice premium cigar, or looking for a great gift for a cigar smoker, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Our friends at twoguyscigars.com have created the Cigar of the Month Club. For just $24.99 per month, you or your friend that you're gifting will receive 4 premium handmade cigars every month, and shipping and handling is included. Go to twoguyscigars.com, that's the number 2guyscigars.com, and find the Cigar of the Month Club in the menu and sign up. It's that easy. You can stop at any time, but you won't. There's no contract. It is just a tremendous deal. Go to twoguyscigars.com, that's the number 2guyscigars.com, find the Cigar of the Month Club, and sign up. At the same time, if you want to learn about the cigars you receive each month, you can smoke along with them on their own podcast called The Cigar Authority. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice premium cigar from our friends at twoguyscigars.com. And we are back, and that Cigar of the Month Club is outstanding. I've been a member of it since day one, the first day it went on sale a couple years back, and it is incredible. And for that price,
you always get more value.
You always get more value than that price. Yeah. There's a lot, there'll be a couple times you'll get the old you'll get a Byron or an Atabay, and that cigar alone is $23, $25.
Yeah, Johnny, you
got three more on top of that.
You were one of the first. I think there's 1,000 people now doing that.
Well, yeah, I
was in like the top 5, top 10 when it first. Like I said, when the first day it was available, I signed up automatically on that. And been there ever since, and it is a great deal.
Kell, do you smoke cigars?
Man, it's been a while, but yeah, I used to with my dad. I got hooked on. We went to Jamaica with Rocky Danner, had a world championship event down there one time with the World Barbecue Association. And, man, they got me hooked on the Cohiba. And so, that's kind of hard to start on something like that, And then you couldn't get them for a while here in the States. But it's been a while. But, yeah, I have smoked cigars in the past, man.
Nice.
Great way to relax.
Now, Kell, how do you – now, obviously, there's a lot of work that goes into the publication every month. Yeah. Now, how do you get I don't know what would I guess contributors, journalists, like our friend Ray Sheehan
gets in there
of Barbecue Buddha. I know he does an article pretty often, if not every month.
Yep, a recipe or two.
How do you get all that set up?
Man, that's a grace of God thing, man. These guys just kind of over the years have volunteered, showed up, and man, want to write, and so we sign them up and let them go, man, and turn them loose. Ray has been a great contributor. Some of his recipes are so different, and that's what everybody's looking for now, is something a little bit different to do on the weekends or whatever. So it's been a great fit with us, and And throughout the years, oh mercy, man, we've had a lot of great contributors. I'm thinking about Bob Lyon. I don't know if you guys know him from Pacific Northwest or not, but he was a 25-year contributor. I mean, when we first got started, Daddy and Doc met him. He was a big KCBS guy. Him and Artie Davis We're big buddies, and so these guys would go and recruit guys to come and contribute for us. And now we've actually dividing up stuff. Sometimes, with the print world as it is, that stuff costs money. Mm-hmm. Digital side of things, not so much. So sometimes we'll actually not publish a digital article in the magazine, the printed magazine, just because we don't have space. But we have the extra number of contributors. Mm-hmm. We do the e-blast. Sometimes we'll put contributor stuff in the e-blast, and that's it. You can't find it anywhere else. So mixing it up is our way to kind of keep these guys contributing and featuring them. But we are absolutely blessed with those guys, and hey, we're always needing and looking for more. And we don't call people. I mean,
people are knocking on your door.
Now, if you send something to us and it looks like horseradish or whatever all mixed up, man, hey, we throw it in Grammarly and it makes us all look like English majors.
And Kell, just quick, how can so if you're a member of the Northeast Barbecue Society, if you sign up to be a member of that, you get a year subscription.
Right.
Correct?
So that's a member benefit there. Golly, man, California Association's the same way. Minnesota we work with. Mid-Atlantic Association we work with now.
Wow. Okay.
National Barbecue and Grilling Association.
Yep.
We work with those guys the same exact way.
So if you sign up for, those organizations, then you'll also get a year subscription. And we were surprised.
Yes.
Earlier.
Today is almost 2 weeks in the making. Like I said, it's been burning a hole in my kitchen floor. I've been dying to open them and just use them.
Yep.
But as you can see, still sealed.
Yep.
I've been a good boy.
And we're going to give it away. At the end of the show.
At the end of the show, we're going to give away the Kettle Pizza Deluxe Oven Conversion Kit and the Smokinator 1000. And Kell was very generous enough to add on to the giveaway of a year subscription to the National Barbecue News. Mm-hmm. So, Kell, thank you very much for that. That's very generous of you.
That's awesome.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. And appreciate just the opportunity to come and talk, man. A lot of people don't know our story, don't know who all we cover and what all we do. But, man, it's for us, it's a cool way to make a living. But the barbecue family is really what makes it happen, because without them, we wouldn't exist. So the contributors, the readers, we wouldn't be nothing without them. All we do is just kind of dress this stuff up and put it out there. So.
Yep, and like when you look at the magazine, you basically you front cover, the back stuff, like the back couple pages is like advertisements, restaurants, sauces, manufacturers, and then a couple pages before that, it's I'd say it's almost every barbecue competition.
I was about to say that there's a couple of the issues you let me look at when we first got started doing all this, and that was what really the articles and the recipes are fantastic, because you're looking at the different areas of the country and the flavor profiles and the styles, and did different things from straight out briskets to some of Grandma's secret dishes. It's great. But then we had stumbled upon I stumbled upon that section with all the competitions, and that was fantastic, because it literally every state that has a competition
lists them out.
It lists them out, the dates, contact information and everything, which is fantastic.
Oh yeah, and then and then it also has like you said, the recipes and articles, but then it has like from events, if like Minnesota MBN Minnesota Association had an event
recaps.
Yeah, yep, you'd see them, who won, stuff like that. So you're constantly seeing people and seeing their stories, and this was my first event. We ended up winning, just like his father and his fishing buddy.
Yeah.
And that stuff, that's amazing.
His fishing buddy's name was Doc.
Doc, yes.
Pay
Doc
attention.
Doc Gillis.
Yep. Boy.
Look at that, huh? I can remember things.
Well, you're fresh off vacation.
That's
so
true.
The mind is fresh and ready to rock.
Exactly. Still laxed.
Yeah. Oh, nice. There was a comment here. Greg Bush says, don't let him fool you. He is the man.
Greg Bush. Yeah, so I didn't even know Greg Bush cooked barbecue anymore, man. So he's a old Florida Barbecue Association guy.
But then
first got started.
Mick replied to that, but Janet is the real boss.
Oh, yeah.
Now Mick knows. Now Mick is in the know. Yeah. So, yeah. That's exactly right. She's no joke. My wife, I want to say not last year, either the year before or the year before that, her and my wife and Denise Bosworth were some volunteers for the barbecue store for the the Saturday event for the National Barbecue Association. And, yes.
Both back and forth, every day. I mean, she was tough. My wife will come home. She's like, I got to do this. Don't talk to me. I got to get stuff to Janet. I got to do this. I'm like, holy crap, really? And she's like, oh yeah. I love her. But oh yeah, she's very organized and I got to just get my thing done. And she was no joke. And they freaking, that thing went off perfect.
I might have to talk to Janet to talk to you a little bit.
Yeah, so she's the master motivator and certainly a great organizer, no doubt.
Yep,
that's fantastic. It's funny how the women in our lives kind of keep us on.
Yeah, we'd be mess.
Keep us in a sort of straight line.
Man, it all goes back. That is exactly what's so cool about the barbecue family. At that event, I don't think they had much help, and they needed some help. So it was like Denise and your wife and a couple of others just said, hey, man, what do you want us to do? And I think Janet went and asked one of the other folks that were kind of up and, what do we need to do? And they were like, well, we're not real sure. And she just grabbed that thing and took off with it, man.
Yep.
So that's always kind of cool in the barbecue world. You'll find sometimes you may find more than one that want to take off with it, cause a little bit of issues. But other than that, man, most of the time that's how things get done.
Oh, yeah. Now, let me ask you this question. There's been there's a Facebook page here. It's called New England Pit Masters. And there's also North Texas Barbecue Addicts Facebook page. But there's a barbecue sauce and a rub that seems to be, I think it seems to be taking off from what people are saying on those pages. I've had it. I think it's great. You've had it.
Okay. We're talking about the same thing.
Yes.
It has absolutely, as far, I will go as far as to say it is taking the barbecue world by storm. It's constantly sold out, and that's
Dan Wright,
our friend Dan Wright of the Wright Barbecue Company.
Have you heard of his sauce?
Yeah,
is cheap?
If I'm not bad mistaken, so we do once a year we do a sauces of honor, and then in the fall of the year we'll do the rubs of honor.
Yep. So
our readers send us their contributions, whatever, and we just have a sauce contest. You can even make a homemade sauce contest. You can send you can enter that contest even if your stuff's homemade. Same way with the rubs. But I want to say that sauce has come in that event before. But golly, this year we had almost 300 entries, 200 and I will say close to 300, 290 something entries, I think.
Wow. So when you get that many entries, is it just you and your family doing the judging, or are you?
No.
Okay.
No. We kind of organize it and put the judges together, but most of the judges are at one time we tried to use culinary students from a culinary school that they had here in town, but they kind of stopped those classes. So now we just go around the region and bring in not necessarily certified judges, because sometimes that's not who you want to judge sauce with, but just barbecue fanatics. So that's who we bring in to do the judging of that. They give their comments, and then we send the comments back to those people.
Oh, that's cool.
Who enter. So a lot of times, golly, just think of Urban Q, Chris, and those guys. They may send in 6 different entries. Some of them hadn't been made yet. So they're just testing the water to see how it scores in the comments before they actually go to market.
That's smart. Okay.
You can't do that at like the American Royal event. You have to have a commercially based product, whatever. But so this kind of gives some of those guys feedback. But that name sounds familiar, man. Absolutely, it does. But golly, you know what? The only sauce I've ever seen that really is just it's almost a standard in every competition cook trailer.
Everybody's listening, Kell.
Everybody's listening to this.
What's the sauce?
This will not. I mean, Bill Arnold stuff, there is no secret to what the Blue Hog stuff. It's in every trailer across the country and has been for years. Mm-hmm. That is the standard only standard that I'm aware of. Now, back in the day, there was a Old Ray's apple cinnamon that was really kicking with chicken and ribs that won a lot of people money. But if you had to put money on sauce and how much Blue Hog is responsible for, you'd probably need a new calculator with another digit in it somewhere.
Wow.
Wow, absolutely.
It's like James River with roast beef sandwiches here.
It's an absolute
staple.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, but like Kevin Ure and Crawdaddy, from New England, our brothers at New England Pitmasters, they said, Johnny, and you, when they found it, you got to try this. You got to try this, and it's out of this world.
Oh yeah. I mean, when we went on vacation, the stuff that came with me was Malcolm's steak rub, Malcolm's AP,
all the Killer Hog stuff.
Yep, Dan's stuff, and then Junior stuff. I mean, I don't really differ from many things, but like Junior stuff is good on some stuff, and Malcolm's stuff is yep. But so as I was mentioning too, I hope we have some time, but. When I went to Vermont, I got smoked butter. So the woman, she has one smoker that's designated for dairy, and she does like cheeses, blue cheese, but the smoked butter. So one night we got steaks from one of the butcher shops. Actually, it was like right down the street. So we got ribeyes. Put them on the grill. We cooked them, but then when we let them rest, we put the butter on them, and then we just covered them with foil, let the butter melt. It was freaking amazing. Ooh. Like it was just a hint of smoke flavor, but like just the meltiness, the buttery goodness that just seeped into the steak was awesome. It was awesome.
What's the craziest way you guys ever cooked a steak?
I haven't done a chimney cartel yet. I haven't done a chimney steak yet.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I have done. I put charcoals in a 12-inch, like half-deep aluminum tray, put them in there, and then I just put a grate over it and cooked a steak that way. What is it? I mean, was it okay? Who knows?
I did one up at Bike Week years ago on a 55-gallon burn barrel we had, just for the standing around for lack of a fire pit. It was a 55-gallon drum. Mm-hmm. And we had went grocery shopping, and of course, after a few cocktails, we went grocery shopping, and we said, the heck with taking all the bags out of the cart and putting it in the back of the truck. We just put the whole cart in the back of the truck and we drove to the house. So we needed a grill. So what did we do? We flipped the shopping cart on its side, put it on top of the 55-gallon drum barrel, and there was my cooking surface.
Jesus.
There you go.
Nice.
Hey, moments of need.
Yeah. How about you?
That night in San Marcos, they had a burn. I was actually going to do what's called the Buffalo Trove. I love doing this. Use pecan wood, burn it down to straight coals. Just knock the ash off, throw the steak, season it up, throw the steak right on the coals.
Right on.
That is, you talk about the little smoke, the little hint of smoke. The only thing that is wrong with that is the grill marks. It's not pretty. It's just a grill steak, but you get that sear from that direct coal, but it doesn't stick if you use. I call it pecan. All right,
pecan.
So, pecan, what? Yeah,
same difference.
So,
yes, it is.
So those coals don't actually stick to beef, but the sear you get from that is unmatchable. I mean, you can't not duplicate it. And that little touch of smoke that goes with it. So the next SCA I do, if I can, I'm going to take me a little burn pit, burn my coals down, and do it right there on that on one side. But I'll have my grill grate sitting on the Weber on the other grill.
Ooh.
I'll cook one side that way, and then I'll pick them up, and I'll have my good eating side, and then I'll have my pretty side. So
nice.
That I've yet to try, but that's my favorite way to cook a steak, man. Is right on the coals.
I've never tried that. I'm gonna definitely try that. Huh? And I'll probably have to go to like Home Depot and to get pecan chunks here.
Home Depot,
Academy Sports has them, man.
Academy Sports.
Okay.
Bass Pro Shops will have them too.
Oh, okay. Bass Pro. Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. The boys are getting restless here.
All right.
They want a winner called.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how to.
So it's a Smokinator 1000, a kettle pizza, and a year subscription to National Barbecue magazine from Kell Phelps.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Ed, what do you think the easiest way? Turn this around.
Yeah, turn it around, and we'll figure it out from there.
Let me roll over to the other end here.
Oh God, he's taking the microphone off. I've never done the show by myself. I don't know what I'm doing.
No pressure, man.
So when quick, while he's setting this up, do you still compete? Like, I know you don't still compete now, but did you compete back in the day, like on your own or with your team?
Yes. So that's one thing about this job is it changes so much. The new organizations coming up, new sauces, new rubs, new profiles. You kind of have to do that to stay in the know. So, yes, we do compete a little bit. I judge a good bit. But, yes, absolutely, I have competed. I love the steak thing. I've judged and competed in the steak deal. But, yeah, if it's all about it, I hadn't done the squirrel cook-off yet down in Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
But we did do the goat cook-off in Brady, Texas at one time.
Oh, wow.
That's still a big thing down there.
Goat
So yeah, we may even next year on our tour, we may even fire up and partner with a couple guys and enter some contests. I ain't scared.
Nice. That'll be awesome.
Good.
Well, hopefully you come near the Northeast or to the Northeast. That'll be awesome.
We'll be there, baby. I guarantee you we'll come.
Awesome.
Get ready. No doubt.
All right, what are we doing now? We good? I think I'm turned off. You're turned off. All right, so we got the computer.
Once you started throwing your headphones
yeah,
around.
I was getting violent there. We're dealing with a glare issue. So that looked good. Everyone, with the resolution, everyone can see it.
Okay.
So here it is. It says we have 33
people that actually did it correctly.
Unique comments. Now don't hold that to me. I don't know. We're going to find out this.
Yep. But there was a bunch of comments that they didn't listen to the directions.
It was because we went through there. We did get a little. Let me get my hands out of the damn way. We did get a little off track on the video itself, so I went on, a day or two later.
Yep.
To clarify it again. But then I have been making posts with, comment. The rules were comment freedom, hashtag kettle pizza,
hashtag
boo boo cute.
Yep.
So I know there's a bunch in there. So
and that's updated.
That's updated.
Okay.
We're ready to rock.
All right.
So all I'm gonna do is hit this start button. We ready?
Go ahead. Oh, I don't see my name.
Oh, I see stuff flying
You can't
around.
win.
James Reardon is what I see.
No,
Reardon or Riordan?
Oh, wait a minute.
Or Riordan.
No, because it has the. That was the comment.
Oh, let me see. Happy 4th July from the UK, BBQ Pit Masters. What the?
Yeah.
Son of a gun, he's from the UK, sorry.
So that, we got to, unfortunately.
We might have another surprise for UK and across the pond for those guys. So don't think they're out of contests.
Yeah.
All right, so pick another winner.
No?
I like the sound effects, Mike.
Megan Reed.
Bam. Wait.
Freedom, hashtag Kettle Pizza, hashtag BBQ'd.
Megan Reed.
Megan Reed, congratulations. You are the winner of the Kettle Pizza Deluxe Pizza
awesome.
Oven Kit and the Smokinator 1000 and a 1-year subscription to National Barbecue News. So I will reach out to Megan this evening and get all her contact information and addresses, and we'll get that out to you as soon as we can.
Awesome. Congratulations, Megan.
Cool.
Awesome.
Oh, that was exciting.
Let me just get the screen.
Man, I love giving stuff away, but I never win. I have
Me neither. Me neither.
So,
All right, are you coming back? Okay. So, Kell,
yes, sir.
I don't know how much time we have, but I also wanted to bring up quick. Burger King is doing something from an article that you had.
Yeah. So our friend Artie Davis told us about the Impossible Whopper, man. It's the craziest thing that's happened in a long time that I've seen. Impossible Foods actually are making and spent millions of dollars researching a fake hamburger, fake beef, a beef byproduct or a beef product, whatever, but fake from a soy, some type of soy plant, but it supposedly bleeds like real meat or whatever. But so Burger King has jumped on board with this thing and went to a couple of test markets.
Mm-hmm.
And so Artie wrote about it, I think in our May issue or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
And I did a little research and followed up, man, and that thing flew off the shelf in St. Louis.
Really?
Was the number one selling hamburger in town for those 3-4 weeks, 5 weeks they did it.
Wow.
But
So much so that it'll be a staple on the menu come January in every Burger King across America.
Wow.
If the company can keep up with it.
no meat doesn't mean healthy, though. It's very high fat on those. They
Really?
use a lot of fat.
Oh, okay. Huh. Because I know some restaurants around here, they're not on the menu, but there's very, very small print on some of their menus that says, ask us about our Impossible Burger.
Right. It's not a veggie burger per se. I think it's made from soy, and they use a lot of fat.
Huh.
It's actually made from the root of the soy plant or something, so it's a little bit different. But they, I have no idea how they make it, the chemical process they do, and the bleeding of it, whatever. I know this: the company is actually having problems now keeping up with the demand.
Wow. Have you tried it?
I have not.
Okay.
I have been to a White Castle where they have the little sliders type deal.
Oh, yeah.
And they were sold out the day I happened to go. I think I was in Chicago or something like that. But they were actually out of them that day. So I have not tried it yet. But everybody I talk to says they're pretty good.
Huh.
But
So we'll have to wait until January.
who knows? We may have an Impossible Brisket coming next. You think?
Goodness. Awesome. Jesus.
Impossible.
I know.
Well,
There is stuff coming. There is stuff coming.
It's right down the pipeline.
MIT's doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. But, Kell, thank you for taking some time out and joining us today. That was great. Thank you for throwing in a subscription to the giveaway.
My pleasure, man.
And so where can people find you? Website?
Oh, yeah. So it's real simple, man. BBQ News spelled out with a C. You can spell it with a Q and get there, too, I think. But BBQnews.com. If you want to see what we're following, just look up the hashtag Keep It Smoking or hashtag Now That's Smoking. You kind of see what we're following, where we're going on social media.
And your Facebook page is National Barbecue News?
Yeah, absolutely. The
Okay.
same way as Twitter right there.
Awesome. Guys, go check them out. Like them, share them. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Well, that's it for this week, folks. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. You can catch the video on Facebook and YouTube, catch the audio on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and newly Himalaya. I found a new one, and we're on there, and we got a little bit of growth. Himalaya.
Is that like
It's a,
Far East?
I don't know.
That would be cool.
This is a barbecue podcast, not geography.
Okay.
And you can find us on social media on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Pit Life BBQ.
Yep.
We'd love to hear from you. Please send your questions and comments to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. And like always, please subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. Spread the word. Keep growing every month. You guys are fantastic. We can't thank you enough
Yeah,
for
month was
the
excellent.
support and everything else.
And next week, we're going to have Kim Stanfield on the show
Of the
of BBQ Mix Better Half. And she's going to basically touch base on everything Nebs. So that should be a good show.
Awesome. So, congratulations, Megan. I will get in touch with you, and I will get your information and get this all out to you.
Again, thank you very much, Kell.
Thank you, Kell. Thank you, George from Kettle Pizza. Thank you, Mick from BBQ for making this giveaway possible. You
And they
guys
just
are
came
awesome.
back from the White House.
Yes, Kettle Pizza guys, they just came back. They were down there yesterday, I believe, for...
The 50 best products made in America.
Yeah. So that's quite the
congratulations
accomplishment.
to them.
Congratulations, guys.
Yep.
And till next week, keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.